Hey, welcome to One Awesome Autistic. Sorry if it seems a bit dark, but I'm filming in the morning, and because I film in my bedroom, the sun shines directly in this window, so I've had to keep the curtain closed. In the middle of, near the end of my hectic couple of weeks, I'm filming on the Wednesday morning because I've been so busy. Yesterday I was exhausted because Monday just gone, we went to Yorkshire Wildlife Park with the kids. That was crazy. I wanted to do a bit of an update because obviously things have been going on with the kind of job side of things and looking for work. Job Centre have put me on to this agency called Reed, and Reed's goal is to help people with disabilities to get back into work. So they help you with lots of different aspects of it, including things like your health and mental well-being, which is a good addition to help with. Most places are just bothered about getting you back into work. These are taking care of you as well, so I like that side of it. That's pretty cool. So I've been there for 2 weeks now. It's a little go with them a little bit. It can feel like at the start. Already I've got a CV sorted, which my work advisor simply just kind of asked me the questions. She inputted all of the data for me and wrote kind of all the job descriptions and stuff like that. So she's done a CV for me and sent it to me, so now I can apply for jobs, which is great. I hate doing CVs. The rules of CVs change constantly over time. So when I first was looking for a job, the type of CV I would use, which is 17 years ago or whatever, would be completely different to how you would write a CV nowadays. So when the rules change, it's very hard as an autistic person to keep up with those rules. You only just learn them and then they change on you. She sorted that for me, so I didn't have to worry about that, and this is great because it takes a lot of the worry of looking for jobs off of my shoulders. The unfortunate thing about Friday just gone is I had back-to-back appointments there, so I was there for 2.5 hours in total, and I had this little group session, and by group it actually was just the three of us and then the lady actually doing the group. But because I hadn't slept well the night before, I'd only had 5 hours sleep, I'd had these back-to-back appointments. The place is really bright, so I have to wear my sunglasses. Even with my sunglasses, it's still a little bit bright, a bit noisy because it was middle of the day. So middle of the day, there's maximum amount of people there. So I got a little bit overwhelmed while I was there. When we was coming to the end of the second bit that I was in, which was all about well-being and things like that, the lady decided to do a mindfulness exercise. For me, I know mindfulness may work for some people, and there's different types of mindfulness, so it's choosing the right one that suits you. I am very sensitive to sound. Sound is my main sensory overload. Because this mindfulness exercise involves playing relaxing music while the lady spoke, it was just too much at the end of all of that. So I had a bit of a meltdown and cried in front of strangers. A little bit embarrassing, but it happens at times, and I haven't had a meltdown for quite some time now, so I was probably due one just to get the emotions out of my system. So I felt better once I got home after that. The same lady that did this exercise, I'm seeing her again on Friday because she does all sorts of different things, so I'm seeing her to get a really good gauge of my abilities, what hinders me, what kind of restrictions I'll have with looking for a job, what kind of restrictions I'll have in the workplace, and also what a workplace needs to do to accommodate me. So I like the fact that it is a very personalised service, and it is all about helping me, and it's also making sure I am in the right job rather than just any job. It's also making sure that there will then be contact with a future employer to make those accommodations. And once you have a job, this place doesn't just drop you. They stay with you for a little bit to make sure you settle in your work, if your job isn't making the accommodations they agreed to, then they will help step in on your behalf and things like that. So I like the fact that it is this fully rounded service that you are given, that I'm not paying for. It's completely free. It's thanks to the job centre for getting me onto those guys. If you're in the same kind of situation as me, where you're out of work, if you want to get back into the work, try and talk to the job centre and say, I know that will need a lot of accommodations and I have a lot of restrictions, but I would like to get back into some form of employment. Job centre are not like what they used to be, where you had to search for a full-time job only. They are now a lot more flexible, so if part-time work is all you can do, they will help you search for a part-time job. But the fact that there are these other small independent companies that they can refer you to for more help is really good nowadays. They didn't have a lot of that years ago when I used to be looking for jobs and things before diagnosis. If you want to look for a job and you're worried about the whole process, try talking to them. Get the right work coach that fits you as well. My first work coach, I didn't realise wasn't being helpful. I thought she was just doing her job until I got a different work coach during lockdown. And the fact of she has contacted Autism Plus on my behalf to try and see if there's anything they can help me with, the fact that she's got me onto this read programme just shows actually she is the right work coach for me, and she's helping to advocate for me to get back into work in a healthy way. You need to find the right work coach that fits you as well. And that's my sort of like update on what's going on in the job world. The reason I'm filming early is because my mum is coming with my brother and my nephews today, so I am going to be tied up for the rest of the day. 8:45, they're still not on their way yet, and once they're on the way it gives me an hour and a half, so I've got a little bit of time to chill out. I've got my cup of tea waiting for me, so I'm going to go drink that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.